Good morning, this is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, what do I mean by live if you're new to these videos? What I mean is that I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data in real time for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next compared to having already recorded everything and now I'm coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary. I literally don't know what's coming next. So if you just want a raw, nitty gritty, unscripted look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So market opens up here in about 7 minutes. I will pause and I'll be back at the open. All right, watching 138 here. In fact, I'm going to hop in there at 138.25. Looking for QDEL to get some continuation here to the downside. $138.25, kind of a random area, being very stubborn. Bit of a bounce upwards. If this comes back down to 138, I'm going to look to add. Yeah, 138.50 at this point. If it comes back down to that area, I'm going to look to add in another 100 shares. But if this thing is actually a legitimate bounce, then I'm going to have to get out. It's looking like I may need to be hopping out here, but I want to give this thing a bit more space. See if it wants to come back down. All right, got to be out there. So 361 down. Excuse me. And that one didn't clearly work out too well there. But pretty nasty turnaround. Let's see, 246, 248. Yeah, well, QDEL. $140 still looks relatively interesting if the price can come back down to that area. Got to just do 25 shares though at this point. So yeah, let's see if it wants to. Let me get this alerted here. QDEL 140 flush point 1 minute. Would love to see this go green, yeah, like it is right now. A little bit more. In fact, I like it. I'm going to go 50 shares now. Again, got to do 50 because I'm in the hole now, right? So you don't want things to spin out of control. So this is not a trade for me to attempt to get back into the green or anything like that. It's just still trying to trade the chart, trade setups, but also acknowledging the fact that, all right, I'm no longer at zero. I am You know, I am red right now. So yeah, let's see. 140.50 now looks pretty interesting. But I don't know, is volume just drying up on this thing? $141 definitely seems like the key level that needs to be broken. So I'm going to hop in there at 140.78 just based on the fact that 141 seemingly was that key level that needed to be broken. Would like to see 139. So let's see if this thing does want to roll back over here. Looking pretty big, but that 140 is a big old round number, so it's going to take quite a bit of selling to get down through there. Now the question becomes, should I add some more at a break of 140? And maybe. Or is this thing just going to bounce right back up and take me out? I will add at 140 if it goes back down to that area. Like to add to a winner, but want to see 140. NVAX, that looks. Oh, somebody already alerted it. Good job. But I don't know. Is this thing just going to turn into some tight little range that barely moves? Yeah, this range is getting very, very tight. I'll give it a few more moments. Oh, there it is at one. Did I miss it? Okay, got in 25 more at 140. Now looking for the break of 140. Can it happen? That's the number I'm watching right there. I want it. There we go. 140 has disappeared. Good. Now let's see if we can pick up some momentum here. Well, I tried to pull off 25 at 139, but I was not fast enough for that. It's still not giving me a fill. There we go. Let's see if this thing can get some more pressure to the downside here. That was a nice move. Good, quick move like I expected. Now it's just going sideways right above that previous low. And you may be saying, Clay, why did you ever stop out? You would have been okay. Yeah, you're right. But that's the thing. I didn't know that. All right, just going to take out there. So down 300 now. But yeah, this one is just, I don't. The range on it is a lot tighter than what I thought it would be. But MRNA has been 242. So there's 200. Yeah, could try 242. In there at 242. Looking for the breakdown. There we go. So took off half there. Would like to see if 240 can come about. And better yet, even break down through 240, which is essentially those lows, but it might double bottom here. Let's see if it wants to give it another go. There we go, but needs to push down through 239.50 is going to be the actual key breakdown level. So does it want to do it, or is it going to kind of double bottom here? Which would be bad for me given I'm short. Again, 239.50 is the true level, and once more, if you're a beginner, that's what I'm watching. I want to see 239.50 drop below there. There we no. So yeah, it's definitely getting caught up in this area. Whoops. Oh, now I'm long. I didn't cancel my order fast enough. Now I'm long. There we go. So I ended up only making $17 on that because I took a loss on that final trade. That's what I get for not using my cancel all hotkey. So that was an error on my part. But yeah, now quite the level here has been established at 240, which you saw. And more so 239.75-ish. Just out of curiosity, going to just get that trend line in there. And just an FYI on OD or QDEL, I took that secondary trade on it, and that thing has recovered back upwards. 240. Yeah, MRNA, it's pretty overextended, so I need to let this thing kind of go sideways a little bit more, and if that means it leaves me behind, then so be it. BABA looking interesting here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, picked up just 25 shares here at 240.84. Looking for this thing to come down through the trend line here now. Just went small because I'm open to adding. But in case this thing does snap back against me with 25 shares, you know, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be a brutal loss, as it's doing right now, bouncing up against me. So that's exactly why I just scaled in small. So again, if this thing does come back down, I am interested in adding at 240. So it would be a winner at that point, so I'd be adding to a winner, but first we got to see if this thing even wants to come back down. All right, I will pause for now, and I'll keep you updated whether it's going to be having to take the loss or if it does decide to come back down. All right, if it comes about, I will take a trade at 242. But if this one knocks me out, then I will need to be done for the day. But only interested if this thing comes back down to 242. The idea would be not only does it retest this trend line, but gets a breakdown through it. So I will pause and I'll keep you updated. All right, starting to potentially come down to 242. Well, I missed it, but let's see if I can get some on a back test. There we go, in on the back test. Now let's see if this thing wants to, like I said, come down to that trend line and then below. So once again, look at it bouncing right on that trend line. But this time, let's see that trend line finally fail. There we go. Took off 25 shares there. Can this thing get down through 240 though? That becomes the question now. Yes, it can, but can it get continuation? Took off 25 more. Beautiful. The only question is, why didn't I take more size? That's the hindsight voices there, right? Because I'm trying to manage risk, like I said earlier. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that. Happy with that. So now just down 196. So still red, but, and as I said way back when, at no point here was any of this ever to try to get back into the green. It was just, you know what? Let's just keep trading. Make sure that the loss doesn't spin out of control. And if I can chip away, that'll be a side bonus. And that's what I've done. I've chipped away to 196. But yes, absolutely beautiful, beautiful breakdown there. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad it came up to film me real quick before heading back down. So good stuff. All right, watching 2015 here. SOPA looking for a break. In at 2007. So now it's just a question of, does this trend line want to break and does it want to get momentum? So took off some. See if we can get up through 21. I'm looking for a break at 21. All right, I'm going to just take that. So what was that? $128 there. So nice breakout. And if you're wondering, hey, Clay, I know you offer a chat room. How does that work? Well, there you go. That was posted in the chat room. pointed out that trend line. Now, does that mean that members played it exactly how I did? I'm not saying that, but just, they had the opportunity, and that's how it works is, hey, check that trend line out. If you agree with it, fantastic. If not, that's fine too. Oh, there it went. Well, shame on me for that. Would have taken me green. Look at it go. Probably going to get halted. Well, all I can really say is congratulations, members. If you played it better than I did there, well done. And yeah, it is going to get halted. So awesome. I didn't quite play it right, but great to see again. Like I said, right there. Oh, wow, it didn't get halted. But, so if anybody took that trendline break, members that watch these videos, a very big congratulations to you, because you just scored a great break. I mean, I'm still very happy with my trade on it too, but I guess I clearly didn't give it enough credit to think that it was going to push up through that 21 mark. Seemed to be kind of topping out there, but it didn't. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. But yeah, let's see. We're now down $68. So again, like I said, none of these trades was me, just throwing my whole account in, massive size. I got to get the loss. No. Just keep trading, manage your overall risk, manage your overall day, and just if you keep getting winning trades, great. Yeah, you may not totally wipe away the red trade, but you got to remember you could have been wrong. So you don't want to make that red even redder. If you do make it redder, you want to make it a controlled red. So there's definitely a difference between big red and controlled red. But if you're right, like I was, then yeah, you may not sit there. I mean, had I gone huge size, and then yeah, I'd be into the green easily after that move. But you just don't know is it going to be a real breakout? Is it going to be a false breakout? So you always got to weigh all those decisions. All right, going to hop in here, 174.80 on NVAX, looking for continuation now down through the trend line. Would love to see 174. And ideally below. So that's the question now. Can this thing get down below 174? Or is it going to bounce on me here? So we'll see what it wants to do. Do I want to maybe add if it does come down to 174? Potentially. I'll have to think about it more. I'm not quite convinced yet that I would want to add. Well, I was really hoping that was going to be the break of the trend line that got the momentum going, but it didn't. I mean, the momentum may show back up, but the momentum definitely has stalled, and who knows, maybe completely disappeared as the prices kind of bounced a little bit. So hopefully this is just a little break before the momentum picks back up. But yeah, I was hoping that would jolt and really start the momentum, but clearly that's not what's happened here. But I don't want to wave the white flag too soon. Figures. MRNA, I was debating, should I just take MRNA? And that trade would have worked out. Yep, that one would have worked out fine. This one still may work out, but not necessarily going how I had envisioned it. Not that I think every trade should happen within 2 seconds, but, like I said, with that trend line break, in my mind, it made sense that that could have really well been the point that sent it down. But as of now, nope. This goes over 176, got to be out. All right, so back to being down $200, which is fine. But yep, MRNA worked out. That one did not. So just kind of floundering around here a little bit. Ideally, that one would have took me green, because I mean, I only needed to make $68 to be back in the green. And I realized, well, yeah, it could take me redder. But again, was that uncontrolled red? No. I mean, I'm still red, or I'm still, you know, only down $200. So it's not like this is some sort of catastrophe here. But what's going on? Oh, this one just 22. I'd love to take 22, but it just feels a little too risky right now. Maybe that'll be a poor decision on my part, but because this one's so fast, it could just jolt right down there. And I suppose I could risk a smaller share size on it, but yeah, I'm going to pass on it. I'll pause. All right, I'm going to hop back in here, 174.52. I think my timing might have just been off, because now it seemingly is coming back down. So let's see if this is finally the time where it wants to make the push to the downside here. Or who knows, maybe this one is just going to say, you know, we're going to play Clay like a fiddle today. Hopefully that's not the case, but it might be. And if it is, I am done for the day. So let's see if it wants to come back down or not. I mean, the thing's got to get down to at least 174 for any of this to make sense. So still work to be done. So it's just a waiting game right now. Maybe I'll pause so you guys don't have to sit through all this. Because again, like I said, at the beginning, this is live. So I don't know, is this thing about to go sideways for the next 15 minutes? You know, obviously nobody wants you don't want to watch a video where it's just going sideways. So I am going to go ahead and pause. And if it looks like it's going to either take me out for a loss, or if it's starting to go in my favor, then yeah, I'll get the video rolling at that point. All right, it's at 174.60, and it feels like this is the number where if it disappears, it's got a good chance of starting to drop a little quicker. But 174.60 is certainly a problem area right now. So that's what I want to see disappear to the downside. But you can see how it's just hovering right around that area. So, but if that level can disappear, then I think this thing's got a chance to. There we go. This thing just does not want to really pick up any, and that. Yeah. So, I mean, you just doesn't really want to get moving. Being plenty patient with it. And I'll be a little bit more patient with it, but not much more patient. All right, I will pause. Update literally just going sideways right here. I don't, 174.25. Is that going to be the golden goose level? I mean, look at this. Just continues to bounce and bounce and bounce. Will not push down through that level. So that's the current update. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, just broke through it a little bit, but even that moved 4 cents. All right, there we go. Now we're picking up a little steam here. Throw out an order at 173.50, see if that can get hit. So I have some orders in the market. White means that I've submitted them to the market, but because they're white, that means they haven't been filled. So if any of those change, there we go, change green, that is a good sign. That means I've gotten what I wanted. Good. See if this thing wants to come on down below 173. Still have 25 shares left. All right, I'm just going to call it good on that one. So there we go. Now down 113. So that was, wow, this video is 32 minutes long. So if you're still here right now, bless your heart, we're friends. But, you know, sometimes trading, this is just how trading goes. It's just grindy, and you can't quite get back to the green, but you're not like blowing up your account. You're just kind of slogging back and forth. And unfortunately, I wish I could sit here and say that days like this don't happen, but they do, and you're witnessing it right now. Ah, there it goes. Well, to pat myself on the back, the one thing I did was I just stayed patient enough. But yeah, that was still not the most of impressive of moves, but see, now I have the voice of, okay, Clay, at this point, you might as well just try to get back to green for the sake of the YouTube video. So that's a very real voice. But with the way things have been going, I could see myself going back into the red here some, but MRNA 239. So I could risk $100. That's 213. But if I get the move in my favor, no, this is just totally me forcing a trade. I mean, there's kind of a setup now if I'm struggling that much. All right, well, I need to just call it good. It's already 10:30. I'm well over what I'm usually trying to do. I'm trying to be done on average 30 minutes. So this one's putting me well above average because it's 10:30, and I'm just going to have to call it down $113. So I'll take it. I don't want to come across as ungrateful, but money doesn't grow on trees, so I understand that. But within the grand scheme of things, $113 is an amount that I will be just fine with in terms of battling back from. And wow, that is such a strong voice. The YouTube voice, it's a very real thing. But no, I mean, it's there, but it could easily just snap back, take me out $100. I mean, it could easily just roll. Not necessarily, because there's that 38.50 that I'd have to worry about. So never mind. Nope, that's not as good of a trade plan as what I thought it was. And the YouTube voice, good try, but I figured you out. So anyways, if you enjoy these live videos, if you enjoy the transparency, just showing days like this where I get it. This was not impressive. This was, choppy. I was going to say sloppy, but it wasn't sloppy. It was just, sometimes things just get choppy. So it's not like I was out there randomly doing things. But sometimes you just won't get back to the green. You'll get close and go back, but that's okay. At the end of the day, as long as you're, within your max loss, within your, whatever your risk risk management parameters are, and I am well within my, my max loss here, then you just kind of got to say, it's not my day, but, it's been choppy. So for me to think that it's all of a sudden going to get smooth, that's kind of like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's been choppy. It's going to stay choppy. So for me to think that all of a sudden it's going to get smooth and I'll be able to have some sort of nice, beautiful trade, that would make me crazy. But seriously, if you're still here right now, 36 minutes in, we are officially friends. If you like these live trade videos, please hit that like button. Leave a comment below, even if it's saying hi. Say we're friends. But appreciate you hanging out with me for this long. But yes, this is how trading goes sometimes. It is what it is. You just got to take the good times with the bad. But at the end of the day, if you can sit there and say that the quote unquote bad is, only $113, which, in my case is a very, very, very manageable loss, then, within the bigger picture, you're doing just fine. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.